Bill Carroll's NE62 Media, and I'm not going to spend much time on this. I'm going to go in a moment to what I usually talk about, which is underrated NFL prospects and college football players. But if our civil society is to survive as a society, despite what Mao may have said about power coming out of the end of a gun, and despite what Gray Goldwater may have said about extremism in the pursuit or defense of liberty uh, being um, not being a vice, those things are wonderful sloganeering type things. But if we are to be a nation and a people united, at least on certain levels within our society, the answer cannot be violence. Not bombs, not guns, not kicks or punches. We have a representative, bicameral legislation. We have presidents and senators and congressmen and governors and local representatives, which is really where your lives really are changed, right? Is at the local level. If you really want to make a change in your society and in your community, vote at the local level. Run for office at the local level. But the answer is not a knife or a gun or a brick, blackjack, right? Howitzer, Mark 19. Those aren't the answer. One, because you'll always just be set up for whoever has more of them or a larger one defeating you, right? And and now once again, we fall into being something other than a civil society. So enough about that. I might not be John Trump's. I'm not as big a supporter or a supporter at all. I am glad that he was not assassinated. I am glad that he will either be elected or defeated through our electoral process. Okay, enough of that. Football time. So there are a couple of prospects that I want to discuss today, one of whom is still at the FCS level. The other has moved up from the FCS level. I will start with Mr. Ty French, who in his career at Gardner-Webb University just, set a bunch of records, right? A truly, truly tremendous player. He played defensive end, despite the fact he's probably maybe 6 feet 3/4, somewhere around that, probably about 224, 225, maybe 226, 27 pounds, maybe. But played a lot of times with his hand in the dirt, occasionally stand-up pass rusher. And now at West Virginia, he's going to be asked to play Spur. He's going to be asked to sometimes, run with slot receivers, tight ends, and running backs who are running, routes towards the interior of the field, occasionally maybe even up the hash. He's going to be asked at times, to cover obviously things like the curl, flat, hook area, and, play sort of like a linebacker, a bit like a third safety, and then occasionally, I would imagine, still rush the passer because he is a tremendous pass rusher. Thinking of pass rush, a player that I am an enormous fan of and really think has special potential is Andre Jefferson. Now, Andre Jefferson is a player that posted 24 tackles for loss last season, which is a Lenore Ryan record. Now, is Lenore Ryan Division II? Sure. But are they a really good Division II program? They are a fantastic Division II program. And what I think we're going to see, and he had, 5 of his sacks came, of those 13 sacks came in 3 NCAA playoff games, once again against top competition. 40 solo tackles, 18 assists, just a really productive, good all-around player. And once again, a bit undersized, probably plays in the mid to low 290s and is probably about 6'1" and 5'8". But, once again, he recovered a fumble, he forced a couple of fumbles, he had 3 pass breakups. This is a player that can get it done in all areas. And, of course, very good against the run. He's not just a pass rush specialist. He's a guy that's really good on the interior, very disruptive, powerful, just a really good all-around football player. I'm a fan. These are 2 players I really like. Once again, if you like what I have to say, besides political stuff, but about football, which is the thing that I'm here to talk, the reason I'm here to talk to you, let me know. If there's players you would like me to highlight that I haven't gotten to, let me know. And once again, if you believe in prayer, please pray for all of us, pray for us as a nation. And no matter what side of the aisle, you're on, pray for this to be decided the way it was intended to be decided, with ballots, not bullets. Once again, Bill Carroll for Virginia&DT Media, and I'll do this again tomorrow. Thank you so much. See you there.